So I like to have a heart-to-heart with you about one of my favorite topics out there, and that is failure. That's right, failure. You might be thinking, Terry, you're crazy. What the hell do you want to talk about failure for? It's nuts. But as entrepreneurs, we have failures. And I listened to a really good interview with Richard Branson one time, and he was talking about failure. And he's like, as an entrepreneur, if you're out there and you're striving, you're going to have failures. So you just need to get over it. He's a guy now that bats 50-50 with the things he tries and businesses that he does out there. That means 50% of the time he fails. And at one time, it was even more than that when he was just trying to, figure things out and get things going, So you just need to get over failure because that's the way it goes in business. The average millionaire in the U.S. has failed 3 times in business before they've actually made it and really knock things out of the park there. So that's another good example of this. I'm reading another really good book right now by Bill Walsh, and Bill Walsh was one of the all-time best NFL coaches out there. He's also a professor at Stanford, and one of the things he talks about, and one of the first principles he talks about in his book and how he ran his teams, is you expect failure. It's gonna happen. Anytime you're going out there and doing anything big in life, business, athletics, whatever it is, you're gonna have failure, and you're gonna have a lot more failure than most people if you really go out there and succeed. You're just gonna have that grit to stick with it. So that's the first thing. Is number one is expect failure. Number two is just have the attitude with it, is having the proper attitude, and having the attitude with it is there for you. Everything happens for you to help you to get that much better. There's some big companies out there that and have heard of, like Google, for instance. Google went out there and they asked venture capitalists after venture capitalists for money, and they got over 250 no's before they got a yes, right? And I guarantee you on that process, they tweaked their pitch, they tweaked the way their company was structured, and they just kept at it, and they used it to help it propel them forwards. And so that's Google, right? Google, over 250 no's before they got that yes, we think this is a good idea and we will fund you. So just stick with it, use it for you. And lastly is number 3 is prepare for it. That's right, prepare for failure. Have contingency plans in place. One of the best investors of all time out there, 2 of them actually, are Warren Buffett and his right-hand man, Charlie Munger. They look at the things and the companies that they invest in, and they look at, okay, worst case scenario, are we comfortable with getting involved in this business, right? And they look at it that way, and they really look at things in terms of us not screwing up versus going for the big home run and breaking through, right? And having contingency plans in place. Bill Walsh, again, one of the things that they did is they had scenarios where, okay, let's say we're down 21 points at halftime. What is our contingency plan to handle that, all right? What are we gonna do if this happens or that happens? And they had all these contingency plans in place, and they practiced for failure. And the Navy SEALs are another great example of this, right? They go out there and they consistently practice for bad things to happen. They map out a mission. They think, okay, what if this happens here? What if someone breaks a leg here? What if we don't get picked up here where we're supposed to at this time, right? They have all these contingency plans in place. And what happens in all these cases of these really high-level people and that do things at a high level, both in business, athletics, and the Navy SEALs, is that a lot of the time those negative things or those bad things, those failures don't happen, but other ones happen that they weren't even thinking of, right? But what happens is they have the mental toughness and the just knowing that they can get through that, right? They use it to their advantage, they step up, and they make it happen despite that. And too often, I think people get into, I know people in life, they go for something, they hit into failures, they don't think the failure is supposed to happen, and they get their head kicked in, and they start crying and moaning, and they just, go and hide under a rock. And the fact of the matter is, that's just part of the process. It's supposed to happen. It's supposed to be hard, right? These things are supposed to happen, but just look at it as part of the adventure. It's happening for you to really go out there and make you strong. And that is the difference between a champion and other people out there, is they thrive under this pressure and they keep striving through all these failures, and they just fail their way forward to success. So this is Kerry Sullivan. Thank you for watching. Here's the deal. Hey, if you want to work with me and Tillman and really take your business to the next level, learn how to deal with failure effectively, have systems in place so you can go out there and really succeed and take things to the next level, there's a link below here. I want you to click on it, fill it out, and you'll get on the phone with me, and we'll see if you're a good fit for what we're doing, and we'll help you rock it to the next level. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.